We are staying on this story. I want to go now to a Ukrainian parliament member who says Donald Trump is emboldening Vladimir Putin. Oleksiy Goncharenko fears the conflict could spiral into World War III if it doesn't end with real peace and not just a hasty ceasefire. Good to have you with us. So World War III is what you fear. What, in your view, would lead to that?
I think that if Putin will be emboldened, he will feel that he reached his goals. He will just continue. And not just him, but other dictators, other tyrants in the world, they are closely watching what's happening. And they will also start some massacre and big conflicts. So that's why it's so important for us, and not just for us, just not to give Putin this feeling and this victory.
News outlets around the world have condemned Trump's attacks on President Zelensky. Disgusting betrayal was just one of the headlines, criticizing Trump for turning on Zelensky and also parroting Russian propaganda. A former Russian leader also laughed, saying he couldn't believe it. Can you believe it?
You know, first, we are in a deep crisis with the United States now. And I don't want to deepen this crisis because it's not just rhetorics. We're dying here every day. And if we will lose United States as our main military ally, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands Ukrainian will die. I don't want this. So I don't want to, in any way to attack President Trump. I just don't want it. I just want us to come back to our understanding that we are allies, that we need to work together, that we have a lot of in common, that we share the common values, that we Ukraine are protecting these values, and the United States is helping us. So that's what I want. And it's not about President Zelensky. President Zelensky is just a person. We're speaking about the country, about tens of millions of people. President Zelensky will not be president one day, and we will have another president, but the country will remain. So that's something which I want to ask American friends and allies and President Trump and his administration to remember that it's not about Zelensky at all. It's about Ukrainians, and they deserve right to be heard and to be respected.
In recent weeks, the US envoy for Russia and Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, has called for tougher sanctions on Russia, going after Russian oil and stepping up support for Ukraine. That seems to be in stark contrast to what we've heard from Donald Trump in recent days. What can you tell us about how the meetings with Keith Kellogg have gone today in Kyiv?
I was not in the meetings myself today. I hope to meet General Kellogg. I have a lot of respect to General Kellogg. He is a great mind. He is a great American. And I hope to speak with him and to explain why Ukraine matters. And I hope that he can message this to President Trump, what he had seen, why Ukraine is so important. That Ukraine is not just about, some values and what I told you, but Ukraine is the 1 million of battle-hardened people, the strongest army of the free world, if to speak about infantry, that Ukraine is one of essential players on the world food market. So Ukraine does matter. And General Kellogg can see it by his own eyes. And I hope that he will message this and he will deliver this message to President Trump.
Trump wants Ukraine's rare minerals and has proposed taking 50% of Ukraine's rare earth minerals revenue as payment for past aid with no guarantee for future security. We heard from the National Security Advisor, Michael Watts, today saying Zelensky needs to sign this deal. Have you seen this deal and what's been the reaction there?
That's a very good question. We haven't seen the deal, what was in the paper. It was not public. And, if it's a great idea to have a lot of rare earth minerals just to have them. But it's not so easy. Ukrainians are not lazy people, so these minerals are not laying on the ground. So we need American investments and American technologies to produce these minerals, and we are ready to share the benefit from it. But I think it's not right to say in 3 years or 2 years, this is the bill. Now you need to pay for the support you received before. And it was said, just I want to remind you that it was not Ukraine who chose what to receive. It was the United States of America who decided what to send to Ukraine. So I mean, in this case, I don't think it's a good idea to try to put it as a bill, but I think it's a great idea to say that let's Ukrainian and American work together, invest together, and produce rare earth. That's, I think, is a great deal. And last point, the rarest thing on the earth is a human courage. And the most important which Ukraine has and which Ukraine can export is the courage of Ukrainian people. And I just want everybody to remember this. We can be a very strong ally of the United States for decades to come. But for the moment now, we need to support of the United States. We can't lose United States as our main military ally. That would be a catastrophe for us, but it will also be bad for United States.
Yeah, and of course the courage of Ukrainians is admired around the world. Oleksiy Goncharenko, we appreciate your time today. Thank you. Thank you.